But if you're asking me, like, how do I solve the introverts problem, right? I think that type of thing is very possible. And I think that it will become normalized over time. Everyone thinks like, oh my God, it's weird and crazy now. But I'll tell you right now, in the early 2000s, one of the most cringe things you could say is that I met someone online and that's who I started dating because that's weird. But the reality was is that it was just a better sifting mechanism. We could debate whether or not it remains a better sifting mechanism, but there's a reason why everything gravitated that way. I do not think it's any different. If I can get an AI variant of myself, the number of places where something like that can be plugged in to get to a reasonable approximation of what I think is reasonably high. And I do think that makes social connection a lot easier.
Yeah, I look forward to this version of Meet to Match from GDC and Dice in a few years. That does bring up an interesting side of this, I think, that I've been thinking a lot about the role Gen AI has to play and how can it fit in as a feature set, especially in multiplayer games, to your point, where social connection is one of the great advantages for both player engagement and player fun, but also, all the business metrics of retention and finding an audience and building that community that gets you to stand out in the crowd and discovery and all this kind of stuff. And I do keep coming back to sort of the idea that you presented, which is how does, instead of me as a player prompting the AI to go and do something, how does the AI prompt me to potentially be a better player, be a better social connection, have a better time, and sort of the potential value in that space of having that, functionally system that can take in a billion data points very quickly and process through them, and through the sort of fine tuning and all the background stuff, find the statistical likelihood that you, Sean, would like Ramon while you're playing Call of Duty. If you just pick this loadout and go buddy up with this person in a squad, you're going to have a great time, right? Do you see that as a positive vector, not just for the meet to matches of the world, but also multiple places in games, and potentially even not just multiplayer games, but hey, I'm jumping into Civ 7. I've never played a Civ before. Hey, here's this way that it can potentially help me find the fun that I'm going to have in this game.
I think it's certainly the case that as you leave a fingerprint in any activity and that information is gathered, the odds that information can be made use of in order to enhance the activity is high. This is what algorithmic content has shown us. I don't think there's anything surprising about that, right?